That 90s show recently featured an unseen character from that 70s show on screen, which defied its own canon. The series is a fantastic spin-off of the original, featuring a group of 1970s Wisconsin kids on the verge of maturity, and it has proven to be equally successful. The second half of that 90s show Season 2 will soon be available on Netflix, but it appears that another original cast member will leave before the new episodes air. The 90s show has not forgotten where it came from. Not only does it feature major characters like Red and Kitty, who are now grandparents rather than parents, but it also occasionally reintroduces characters and references from its parent show, such as when that 90s show Season 2 featured a substitute for Crazy Caroline. In its Season 2 finale, a character, previously mentioned but never seen, made an appearance. The casting of Kevin Smith as Leo's son in that 90s show creates a paradox with Season 1's Clerks storyline. The final episode of the first half of Season 2 included Kevin Smith as Sonny, Leo's son, who had been referenced on that 70s show but had never been on screen previously. Sonny and his friend Bunch crashed their car into the foreman's living room. Presumably, the iconic actor who played Leo on that 90s show, now in his mid-80s, brought him on to replace him. This casting decision is consistent with that 90s show, which featured the children of numerous characters from its parent comedy. Yet, it unintentionally creates a paradox. Most people remember Kevin Smith for his role in Clerks, a classic 1990s slacker comedy about a couple of convenience store clerks that inspired 2 sequels and a series of spin-off films starring Smith and Muse as Jay and Silent Bob. Muse and Smith dressing up as their characters to physically crash a party at the foreman's house is a sweet nod to their iconic roles, but it goes against established canon because Leia spent an entire Season 1 episode attempting to rent Clerks. Thus, Jay and Silent Bob exist and do not exist in the That 90s Show universe. Kevin Smith's character poses a challenge for future movie references from That 90s Show. Because of this paradox, Kevin Smith's addition to the cast of That 90s Show may produce issues that the writers did not anticipate. Smith's films were a significant part of teenage culture in the 1990s. Thus, That 90s Show chose to include an appearance from him and Muse in Episode 8. It will become more difficult to overlook the fact that Jay and Silent Bob's doppelgangers exist in the show, unless the writers choose to disregard some of their earlier films as well. For example, the 1997 film Chasing Amy was both popular and controversial, making it a must-see for these characters. Viewers who appreciate Kevin Smith's 1990s movies may find the series' unresolved paradox irritating. The characters on That 90s Show could turn the paradox into a recurring joke by stating that Jay and Silent Bob remind them of people they know, or that Sonny and Bunch look familiar. However, this type of joke will quickly get stale. The series concludes with an unresolvable dilemma. Regardless of how it's handled, having such prominent 90s emblems in a show dedicated to the decade is a delightful nod.